It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the Portland Trailblazers up against the Charlotte Hornets. Taking a look at the Hornets, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. Well, you talk about a player who needed a few years to adjust to the NBA. Kemba Walker has gone from solid to great in short order. He's really taken his team to the next level as well.
Yeah, he's improved his shot at every distance. His ball handling is wizardry and wizardry.
Wizardry?
It was wizardry.
How do you spell wizardry?
Well, it's kind of like wizardry with the saying it incorrectly.
With a G in it.
Yeah, but his scoring efficiency has really probably been his biggest asset.
Not only that, he plays to his strengths on the offensive side of the ball. And Kenny, I hate to disrespect you, I think he's the best guard coming out of New York. Hope you're not mad at me.
Well, Tiny Archibald would be. Or Lenny Wilkins would be.
Who they play for?
Oh, they would.
No, they were Hall of
New
Famers.
York.
Oh, I never knew that.
All right. Kevin Harlan, take it away.
But I'll give it to Kemba.
Welcome, everyone. It's time for NBA action, coming to you live on this Saturday night. Alongside Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan, the fourth member of our crew. From the sideline, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. They know this is the type of game they need to win if they're going to take the next step, facing a closely ranked team. No clear underdogs based on the tail of the tape.
Yeah, and when you look at Portland, they were a team that no one knew quite what to make of entering the season. But as the years gone on, it's become clear they're legit contenders.
And I don't think they knew exactly what they were either at the beginning of the season. But as they've gotten more familiar with one another, their chemistry has really developed over time.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Thanks, guys. Well, look, the Trailblazers are a promising young team. They've gone through their growing pains at times, but point guard Damian Lillard says the work ethic gives him optimism. He says when you have a group of guys that puts in time like this, you got to believe. When you see it every day, you know it has to work out at some point. Kevin?
Thanks, David. What a leader Lillard has become for this team. The Blazers' future is certainly bright with him at the helm. And the NBA season can be a long one, Chris. How important were team functions and team events during the season as a way to relieve some of the stress of the season?
Oh, man, if you're on a good team and a good team in the locker room, then you really don't even have to have team functions because you're going out, hanging out after every practice, going to play golf on warm days.
It's just natural, right?
Yeah, it's just natural. You're eating with guys, hanging out with guys, and so it is everything because really these are the guys that you're playing for, and the better chemistry, the better the team, I've always believed. And so team functions, hanging out with the guys, always important.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the floor for Portland, Lillard and McCollum, the star-studded backcourt. Davis is out there with Nurkic, and it's Turner in at the three, the small forward. And it's sent back by Howard. Here's Walker. Great touch on the 16-footer. Walker's got the first points of the night for Charlotte.
And Walker is what we call thirsty. He's thinking of firing as soon as he gets the rock. Great presence of mind from the point guard.
Now here is Davis. Loads it up for Davis, and Davis throws it down.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again. Here's Walker after Ed Davis's score. And now just over a minute played here in the first. And Lillard kicks to Davis. Dishes it to Nurkic. Davis sets a screen. Nurkic the pass to Lillard. It's good.
Oh, it's easy to appreciate Lillard. Fantastic at powering through the D and nailing the shots.
Walker with it. His last outing, he had 18 points. On the wing, Batum. Outside, Williams. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It goes on Ed Davis. And Marvin Williams, for a long while, had been viewed as a tweener. You know, a player who was stuck somewhere, Greg, between the small and power forward positions.
Yeah, and for a lot of players, that is plenty to get you minutes. I mean, Williams has improved on his defense here later in his career, and he's shot more threes, and it's really become a weapon for him over the course of his career.
The first one falls. When Marvin Williams came into the NBA out of North Carolina, the world was expecting a lot out of him, mostly because of where he was drafted, which was number 2 overall back in 2015. He hasn't lived up, Chris, to those draft position numbers, but he has been a solid contributor his entire career.
Well, it's not his fault the GM picked him that high, so I don't know. I think most players knew what his potential was. I just think that was a mistake of a GM. But for Marvin, it took some time, but he's grown into playing the power forward position. He came in as a 3, believe it or not, so I always thought he was at a disadvantage. He's always been able to shoot and stretch the floor from that spot, but now if he had played the 4 coming in and stretched out bigger guys, I think that would have been more advantageous for his game.
Now, here's Lillard in the game against Orlando. Very impressive. Down to 5 on the shot clock. He had a nice open look right there.
Love watching McCullough shoot the ball. He has such a pure, clean-looking Jimmy.
And Walker kicks to Lamb. Williams dishes to Lamb. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
Well, that opening right there, that's just because the defense failed to rotate.
Now, here's Lillard. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. McCollum, no good.
The D a little slow to get in his face. They're fortunate it didn't cost him.
Williams kicks to Lamb. And not sure what he was thinking there. Trailblazers have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip, and finished off by Nurkic.
Oh, Lillard's so solid at moving the ball. When one of his guys has a clean look, he quickly gets it to him.
Here's Walker, and he can certainly fill it up when they need him to. He's averaging almost 21 points a game. Turner with the steal. It's McCollum on the wing. Again, McCollum missing. Charlotte trailing. And Lamb kicks to Batum. Charlotte moving it around. From deep, Walker gets it to go from beyond the arc. Walker's got 5 now.
Oh, man, just an outstanding first quarter so far for him. He's doing a great job creating space and knocking down open looks.
Lillard. That shot is off. And the Hornets now going the other way. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of Miami.
Yeah, that was more than just a tough loss. That was a complete embarrassment.
Well, Greg, what amazed me was they could sustain nothing on offense. They'd make a couple of buckets, then go right back into their shell.
Now here's Walker. After the miss from Damian Lillard.
You got to give the D credit there. It affected him. He didn't have much room to get the shot off.
Back to McCollum. Davis kicks to McCollum. Screen by Nurkic. Lillard from outside. Nailed from three-point land. Lillard's got his second basket of the night.
Lillard is a knockdown sniper. He shoots an excellent percentage from the perimeter.
Lillard against Walker. Over in the corner, Williams. Back to Walker. 14 feet away. And that one comes up a bit short. Portland leading. McCollum passes to Lillard. And ooh, he just jams it right over Dwight Howard. Oh my goodness.
You can't do a lot to stop Lillard. He's amazing at absorbing contact on these drives.
Walker with it. Lillard picks him up. And Walker kicks to Lamb. Williams, a screen on Nurkic. Lamb dishes to Walker. They grab their own miss. And Howard with the stuff.
It's a battle boxing Howard out. Too big, too strong.
Trailblazers have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. And Lillard kicks to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. And he uses the glass on the layup. Lillard's got 9.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Well, it takes a lot of confidence and toughness to make that play.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
Oh, man, a hot start for him. He's hit 5 of his first set.
Batum passes to Williams. There's a screen. And Nicholas Batum with the slam.
Whenever Batum gets a lane to the hoop, he's looking for the throwdown. The D has to do better against him.
Screen by Nurkic. McCollum kicks to Lillard. That shot, no good. Walker with some nice D. Hornets trail by 5. And the Blazers with 3 first-round picks under their control this last summer. That's where you want to be.
Definitely. Picks 15, 20, and 26 in a strong draft class. That could really help reinforce a roster.
Williams with a clean look. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. He's got 5.
And Walker strikes a nice balance between scoring and finding his teammates. That time for a wide open bucket.
Lillard with it. He's picked up by Walker. Davis against Williams. Williams with the block. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
It's McCollum on the wing. A second chance effort. Williams with the block. Turner with the steal. To the paint. Here's Nurkic. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Dwight Howard.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of the night right here.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And he makes the first. And Chris, you had a great and very long playing career. Talk about how that's prepared you for broadcasting.
I think it's prepared me for broadcasting because I have a unique take on what it takes to get ready, kind of the things that you can't be taught, kind of the war wounds, the scars that you had. I can kind of peel mine back and explain how I got them. I think that by playing for young teams, good teams, bad coaches, good coaches, by being in different situations, it allows me to explain to the fan base what a player is actually going through or maybe what play is going to happen next. So I love being able to have the technical side of it with the plays because of the coaches I played for, but also being very close with some great players, understanding the mental aspect. And really, honestly, Kev, I know you're not going to, like this too well. But I work with great guys like you, so when you throw up a softball and we get to talk about something that we love, man, and you make me look great, it's easy, man, working with great teammates. You know that great teammates make you better, and you're the best point guard in the business the way you throw an assist out there. So yeah, I've been fortunate to have good experience, and I got great teammates, and I'm having a blast doing it.
Well, you sound great. It's an honor to work with you, but I always like the take. You always give me an answer that sometimes I don't expect, and I think that's what the fans like about your commentary.
Yeah, when I used to watch the games, and I've seen some great guys, George Blaha from Detroit, I grew up watching him, and I just love just the pure honesty of what you're thinking at that moment, and don't take it personal because I love the game, and so I don't want to have to try to protect a thought or an old school or a group of people. If a guy plays bad and he's the best in the world, I'm going to say it, and if he made a move I've never seen, I'm just really going to say it. And so I try not to exaggerate and just say specifically how I feel, and I'm glad to be a part of a game that can fill you with so much emotions. It's easy just being yourself.
And the Trailblazers making a change here. Aminu's checked in. And the second free throw, good. And for Mo Harkless, Greg, a one-and-done as we know out of St. John's, then first played in the NBA with Orlando, but he has found a role, it seems, with the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and think of it, the Magic basically gave him away. Felt he wasn't aggressive enough and not a good enough shooter. He's gained confidence here in Portland and parlayed that into a long-term contract.
And Portland has possession after the missed three from Malik Monk. Collins dishes to Napier. They get it back.
Oh, a nice tip in to salvage the points from that missed shot.
Yeah, and those second chance points can add up. Now here's Carter Williams. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Now here's Monk. Defense is right there.
And maybe not as highly touted as some other guards that went before him, but Malik Monk can be scary on the floor. He can get hot like no other, and once he's dialed in, the points just seem to flow.
Two shots.
The first free throw is good. And Greg, as you said, Monk has that ability to take over with his shooting.
I mean, Monk looks to get going with his scoring at all times, and he's just got that shooter's mentality where all shots are good shots. That can be a positive and a negative, but I prefer he have that aggressive mentality when it comes to scoring the basketball.
He hits both from the stripe.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
Out left to the wing. Right wing. Aminu against Kid Gilchrist. Collins a screen on Kid Gilchrist. 5 to shoot. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Just a moment to look back at how things were last season for this team as we look at the shot breakdown for the Hornets.
And no doubt they relied upon that three-point shot to provide a big chunk of their scoring. That's been a trend in the modern NBA, and they took that philosophy and ran with it.
Here's Monk. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
He gets the shot he was looking for, and he just can't bury it.
Oh, and the jam by Harkless.
Good movement there, and the lead pass was right where it needed to be.
Hornets trail by 4. Now Carter Williams. There's a good screen. Inside. It's blocked. And here's Aminu. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Carter Williams. Kaminsky in the corner. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in.
Now look, guys try to get physical with Kaminsky, but he has the body control and focus to finish through the contact.
Here's Connaughton. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Magic in Orlando. 6 to shoot. Here's Napier. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. And now with this break, here are the premier glass cleaners among rookies over the course of the past month. And you look at Collins, one of the game's best, second in the league.
And every team in the league needs a guy who can go and get. I mean, his great work on the boards certainly endear him to the coaching staff.
Now here's Carter Williams. He kicks to Monk. And it's Connaughton with the rebound.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
He feeds it to Aminu. Pass to Harkless. He dishes it to Napier. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
And you can see there the defender gets caught up on the pick.
Team ball. Great execution on offense. Everyone working together. You wish you could have that on every play.
Here's Connaughton. They get it back. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And Al-Farouq Aminu, one of the league's great value contracts, signed through 2019 for around $7 million a season.
Yeah, and in this era, starting players command twice that at least. That helps with ballooning payroll. I mean, and Aminu's happy. Getting consistent minutes important.
That free throw good from Aminu. Hornets trail by 9. There's 38 seconds left to play in the first quarter. They set the pick. Hernangomez passes to Batum. The feed now to Monk. Here's Carter Williams, and that one hits back iron. And here's Portland. They're on a 12-4 run right now. 15 seconds left to play in the first quarter. To the wing on the left. Here's Napier. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Kaminsky. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. Back right after this. And before the game, we heard from Kemba Walker. He talked about his mentality when he steps out onto the floor.
Play free. Just play like you're playing street ball. Just have fun. Just play the game that you've been playing, forever.
Infectious enthusiasm. You see it every time he steps on the floor. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Well, that's what happens when you're aggressive on that end of the floor. They took a few chances and took control of the game.
Batum outside at the 3 with Kaminsky at the 4. Monk is out there with Carter Williams, and it's Hernangomez in at the 5. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Here's Collins. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. 5 on the clock. Here's Napier. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that's the third of 4 straight played at home. You watch Batum play, and you can see how unselfish he is, Chris, as a player. Great passer, always gets solid assist numbers. But sometimes, just sometimes, you just want him to be a little bit more aggressive and looking for his own shot.
Well, Batum must have heard you because last year he wasn't shy about letting it loose. He put the shots up, and he's improved the rate in which he gets to the free throw line where he's just lights out. With his first step and his length, you would think he could draw a ton of fouls when he's on the floor.
2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And Chris, we often talk about what makes a good coach or a good player, but to change it up a bit, what do you think is an aspect of being a good general manager in the NBA?
I think being a good manager is about a couple of things. Knowing how to manipulate and deal with the salary cap so that you can bring the best players around each other, but the skill sets have to fit. Best players aren't just what a guy has done in the past or how many points he scored or how many records that he's broken. It's about, does his skill set fit with another player? So you don't want 2 guys that are ball handlers on the same team, or you don't want 2 guys that need a ball handler to facilitate, and therefore you don't have anyone to penetrate. So someone that knows how to weave and interject different skill sets that complement each other, I think, is the type of GM that is successful in this league.
Sometimes easier said than done, though, right?
I think most times easier said than done because a lot of GMs have some great ideas, but they need someone else to help in that trade or a player that's willing. And so, you have a lot of moving factors right there.
Here's Monk. The pass to Hernan Gomez. Goes back up. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Collins has got his 3rd rebound on the night. Trailblazers leading by 8. Here's Connaughton. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. Connaughton's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Charlotte has gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Here's Batum. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%.
Oh, man, and Batum is very effective on this drive. Just knows how to get his shots to go despite getting bodied up.
There's the screen. Pass to Connaughton. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Aminu.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Harkless. He's putting up 9 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
He hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
Now here's Carter Williams. He's guarded closely. Here's Monk. Here's Hernan Gomez. Now in the scoring column with that deuce. 1 for 2 this game.
Look, he doesn't waste time. Once he gets the rebound, he does what he should. Goes right back up with it.
There's the pick. Kicks it to Aminu. Pass to Connaughton. Aminu with a screen on Carter Williams. Here's Connaughton. But they'll get another chance. Goes back up, and the layup is up and in. Collins has got his second basket of the game. Hornets trail by 9. To the right side. Here's Monk. The basket good off the assist from Carter Williams.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Here's Connaughton. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Feeds it to Collins. There's the dish to Napier. To the left side wing. Aminu, no one around him. No good with the triple.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Aminu against Batum. Dishes it to Monk. And it's out of bounds to the Hornets as Charlotte retains possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east. Already we are in December. You look at the Cavaliers. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And checking out Charlotte. Not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
And you know, for the Hornets, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
And it's surprising because good teams usually feast on those chances to move up in the standings. They haven't appeared truly hungry to want to be a top team in this league.
Hornets trail by 7. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, the Portland Trailblazers are developing a great chemistry for a young team. Damian Lillard takes the team to San Diego every September for bonding purposes, and he told me how much we like each other, how much time we spend around each other. That shows you a team that is really together. It is a unit. We have each other's back. Kevin?
And it's critical to establish camaraderie early on. Thank you, D.A. Sounds like Lillard has this team headed in the right direction. For Charlotte, they have shot a good percentage from the free throw line so far. They've made 5 out of 6.
Two shots.
That's good from Kemba Walker. I just want to preface this by saying Kemba Walker had an incredible year last season, and he showed why he is among the elite point guards in the NBA. Chris, with that being said, one thing you can't help but chuckle about was his egregious premature celebration that he had on a missed three-pointer.
Yeah, Kevin, we all remember that. When you put a shot up, turn around, and do the nice shimmy while your team is busy rebounding your miss, yeah, it sticks with you. I love Kemba, but that was one of the bigger bloopers of the season.
No one near Turner as he lets it go. Davis, that one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And they continue to control the glass.
Hornets trail by 8. And Walker kicks to Howard. Back to Walker. Williams for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. 8 points for Williams.
Well, during his career, Williams has been up and down shooting the 3, but you at least got to crowd his airspace, not let him get a free look when he's firing.
Here's Lillard, and so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. Kemba Walker picks one up.
And Damian Lillard, the originator of 4 Bar Friday. Last season, he released the letter O, his album. Features some pretty big names.
First free throw is good. And Lillard with his own music label. He enjoys spending time in the recording studio.
Yeah, music, hip-hop, and basketball and sports go hand in hand. I mean, his high school coach was also a music producer. So Damian and his teammates had a chance to get in the studio at a young age. Before games, during warm-ups, they play their songs. I mean, that's what athletes do. That's where it all started.
And both free throws good for Damian Lillard.
Well, in every season, Lillard seems to up the ante. He continues to hone his craft. He's a special, special point guard.
And Walker kicks to Howard. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Lillard against Walker. Davis sets a screen. The 3 from McCollum. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Walker against Lillard. And Walker kicks to Kid Gilchrist. Knocks it loose. Turner with the steal. And stolen by Howard. He feeds it to Lamb. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard.
He spots up so well off the ball. Lamb, an excellent all-around jump shooter.
Trailblazers leading by 3. McCollum dishes to Davis. Outside Turner. Walker against Lillard. Nurkic setting the pick for Lillard. Tries again. Nurkic can't hit.
I like the burst to the bucket right there, but the finish has got to be better.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, free throwing was never a strength of Howard's game.
And just a year ago, it seemed that things were set in place for Howard, playing for his hometown team. But in a surprise trade, he was moved out to Charlotte.
And there seems to be a lot of reasons for the trade. I mean, Howard wasn't the right fit in Atlanta, a team trying to get smaller and younger. Never easy to get traded from your hometown team.
And that one falls for Howard. And Chris, you've been working as an analyst now for quite some time. Do you feel that how you view and enjoy the game has changed as you've transitioned from being a player on the floor to the booth?
You know what? I've learned a lot, and I've learned to look at the game a different way, but I look at the game the same way. I think the onus is on the player to execute what the coach and the GM puts out there for you to do, for you not to become a one-dimensional player, for you to improve in the summertime. That's the only time you can improve. And when you don't come back and you don't improve, it's obvious that you have the same glaring weaknesses that you had the year before. even if you're not on a team that can compete for a championship, you want to make sure that you compete for a championship, that you compete for an all-star, that you compete to have your name out there. And so a lot of times we'll watch some of those teams, and I love seeing that they compete or if they laid it down early in the season. So, no, I would say that really what gives me an advantage is that the way that I looked at the game, and hopefully, you know, that gives me a unique perspective when I'm out there trying to talk to other basketball heads like myself.
Here's Lillard after the basket by Charlotte. Here's Nurkic. Another miss by Nurkic. Hornets have gone 7 of 13 from the field since the start of the second. So they take the lead. And the Hornets lead by 1.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Cullen passes to Lillard. Nurkic a screen on Walker. And Lillard kicks to Davis over Williams, and Davis can't get it to go. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Howard setting the pick for Walker. And Howard with the second chance points. And now it's a 3-point Hornets lead.
Walker is a major threat off the screen. He knows where to be at the right time.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Portland again missing.
He'll be beating himself up if they can't come back because he is not carrying his weight at the offensive end.
Howard with a screen on McCollum. Here's Walker. Walker missing again.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
McCollum with the ball. He's picked up by Walker. McCollum kicks to Davis. Goes up the baseline. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist by Davis. Lillard's got 4 points this quarter. And it's Walker penetrating. Here's Kid Gilchrist. Hornets keep it alive. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded by McCollum. Williams dishes to Walker. And he hits the jump shot. Walker's got the lead up to 3 now for Charlotte.
For a player the size of Kemba Walker, hitting that jumper becomes crucial. Luckily, that's what he does.
And Turner kicks to Nurkic. Here's Lillard. And the shot no good, a bit short.
His percentage from the field is not very strong this quarter.
Walker against Lillard. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. And it's slammed in by Howard.
That's the awareness that Kid Gilchrist has out there. Excellent at knowing where the open man is.
Looking at Portland, they took a win in their last game against the Magic in Orlando.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the ropes.
Well, especially important on the ropes. Sinking those deep shots makes it hard for the other team to build momentum.
Nice pass in here by Charlotte. Here's Howard, and it's Howard finishing it off.
Love the focus from Howard. So excellent at draining difficult shots over the defense.
1:44 left in the first half of the game. Screen by Nurkic. Lillard against Walker. Lillard attacking. Gets that one through the hole. Make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart, and let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Walker the pass to Howard. 1:11 left here in the second. Yes, once again, it remains perfect. 6 attempts and 6 hits.
If you thought the D was going to tighten up on him here in the second quarter, think again.
So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Well, Terry Stotts now in his 6th season as head coach in Portland. I mean, he's been a head coach for a handful of seasons elsewhere, but this is by far his longest run with a single team.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Howard. Kaminsky comes in for Marvin Williams. Monk's checked in for Lamb, and it's Carter Williams in for Kemba Walker. Here's Connaughton. Collins dishes to Napier. Off the screen. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Gomez has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And by all accounts, Terry Stott's doing a great job with the Blazers.
Well, this team has chemistry and a defined style of play. The new players love him. I mean, Stotts himself seems really happy in Portland. It's been a great match.
There's 39 seconds left now here in the second. Here's Napier. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Harkless with it, picked up by Kid Gilchrist. Shot clock at 5. Harkless with the bucket.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
16 seconds left in the second quarter. Now here's Carter Williams. He's tightly guarded. Launches a 3. And the call will be against Gomez. That is his first foul of the game. Napier. That shot no good. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. Hornets lead by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell your team?
We just got to compete. You know, keep competing, trust each other, and make plays.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. This is the halftime show on 2K Sports. A big night so far for Dwight Howard. He had 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 1 block. Kenny, let's get your take on Charlotte.
Well, I see a team that's playing smart, moving the ball around to the open man, just taking what the defense gives them. There's a nice flow, a nice energy, a nice synergy to the game.
Shaq, how do you think Portland played?
Well, one thing happened that really helped them out. Their bench came in and played absolutely beautiful. Gave them a huge boost. Not just trying to hold court, but actually putting points on the scoreboard. These guys should be starting, Ernie.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
Yeah, so far they haven't found an answer for him, a scoring machine here in that first half.
Oh, well, he's a tricky cover. He does a good job of sensing the defense, making the right move at the right time.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the third. On the court for the Trailblazers, the incredible pair of Lillard and McCollum are at the 1 and 2. Evan Turner is out there with Davis, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Trailblazers trail by 4. And Turner kicks to Davis. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up. Ed Davis out of North Carolina, the 10th pick back in the 2010 draft.
Yeah, now 6'10", a little undersized for the center position, but he finds a way to get it done. A strong rebounder, and he knows how to finish at the rim.
The Trailblazers have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
Two shots.
And that one falls for Davis. And for a long time, the Hornets haven't really been represented in the All-Star game. Fortunately, that changed last year with Kemba Walker getting the nod.
Yeah, in general, the Hornets don't tend to get a lot of national attention. Part of it is not being a good team. Part of it is being in a smaller market, but glad the team is starting to get the national recognition they deserve.
And both free throws good for Davis. And for the Blazers, Greg, you can make the case they possess the second-best backcourt in the NBA after the Splash Brothers with Lillard and McCollum.
Yeah, certainly offensively. I mean, they're just about unguardable. The questions begin at the other end. And when you factor in defense, I think you can find some debate there as some other groups tend to do a better job on that side of the ball.
Come on, man. The concentration that Batum has had on these and-one plays is amazing. He's used to finishing through physical contact.
He shot 2 free throws in the game, made 1 and missed 1. And that one falls for Batum.
Well, you rarely get to see a player like Batum who has such a dynamic game at the shooting guard spot. He's one of the best rebounders at his position and defenders. Terrific passer and a very unselfish player.
Now here's Turner. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Now here's Lamb. He's guarded by McCollum. Walker's shot is off. And with Batum, he is one of the elite rebounding guards, no doubt. A large part of that is because of his height and length as a shooting guard.
Well, Batum is listed as 6'8", but he has a wingspan of a condor. I mean, his wingspan is reported at 7'4". Just an all-around great player who gives you so much when he's on the floor.
Charity stripe shot, the offensive rebound. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. The Trailblazers have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
Shooting 2.
And the first one drops. And Nurkic, the first player, Chris, in over 30 years to record a game with 28 points, 20 rebounds, 8 assists, and 6 blocks.
Yeah, he lit up the Sixers that night in the win for the Blazers. His hot start ignited Nurkic fever in Portland and helped propel them back into that playoff hunt.
And both free throws good for Nurkic. And we're about a minute and a half here into the second half. Walker with it. 8 points for him. Down low. Here's Howard. And it's slammed in by Howard.
You got to appreciate the scoring ability of Howard. A hulk of a player who knows how to get into a comfort zone.
And Lillard kicks to Turner. Davis setting the pick for Turner. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Turner's got his first basket of the night.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Walker the pass to Batum. He's looking for Williams and finds him.
Well, when Batum, Kevin, spots a wide-open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
Trailblazers trail by 5. Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Pass to Nurkic. Over Williams. Off the left rim and out.
Wow, he's really been dragging them down.
And he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
For Charlotte, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. Free throw good. Nicholas Batum. And last season, Greg, one big issue for the Hornets was their bench.
Charlotte tried their best to address that issue this past offseason. It just goes to show that you need to have a complete roster to compete. A lot of games were given away by the Hornets last year by losing ground when the starters left the court.
Williams gets the bucket.
Wonderful concentration from the agile Williams. He's terrific at getting whatever shot he wants down low.
Now a timeout called by Portland.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
And here's a look at some stats for Davis. Some nice work from him over the last 10 games. He's averaging 6 points a game, 12 rebounds, and 2 assists. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
This last stretch, unbelievable tenacity going to the glass. It's been reflected in that stat sheet.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 18. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And had the right idea there in calling for the screen, but he was just slow to get to the spot and didn't get set.
Yeah, as a big fella, that's the thing, Greg. You got to be quick in setting those screens. If you get a little lazy, you get called for it.
Lamb with the ball. He's guarded by McCollum. Here's Howard. There's the pick. Lays it up and banks it in. And now it's a 12-point Hornets lead. The Trailblazers have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Turner dishes to Lillard. Nurkic setting the pick for Lillard. Nurkic a screen on Batum, and there's the call on Howard. That's his 4th foul of the contest.
And that's his 4th, and no doubt he would have liked to have not gotten it this soon.
Davis, down. Just over 3.5 minutes through the 3rd quarter of play now. And with that, the Hornet lead is cut down now to just 9 in the basket from Turner.
You got to appreciate how assured Turner is. I mean, he gets his shot off quickly off the pass.
And it's Walker penetrating. It's good. Walker's got 10.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
The Trailblazers have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the 3rd. That leaves room for improvement, certainly. And Turner kicks to Nurkic. To the wing on the left. Here's Lillard. Dwight Howard grabs the board. And here's Charlotte. They're on a 16-7 run. Batum. The kick out to Walker. Shoots over Lillard. Again, the miss by Walker. Trailblazers trail by 11. Now the feed to Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from Turner. Turner's got 3 assists tonight.
I like how intense Lillard is. Excellent at getting to his spots and scoring the ball at a high percentage.
Now here's Walker. 10 points for him. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Turner passes to McCollum. Misses the 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Lamb. Back to Williams. Chris, the Blazers with an intriguing group of young players, and they've got a deep bench, too.
Terry Stott spreading the minutes low, keeping his guys fresh, and instilling confidence in those younger reserves.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. First free throw is good. And with sponsors coming to NBA jerseys this season, Hornets fans have to be pleased with their initial sponsor. Makes perfect sense when an owner also owns a shoe brand.
Oh, yeah, and Brand Jordan as the owner sponsor just made too much sense. You like how seamless and unobtrusive it's been. If you have to have a jersey sponsor, you can do a lot worse than the Hornets.
And so he hits both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
Screen by Nurkic. McCollum kicks to Lillard. To the middle. Here's Davis. Here's Nurkic. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Nurkic has got 4 points in the quarter.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
I tell you what, it's like football, having a 3rd and 13 and then running up the gut. It just frustrates the defense. You have to hate giving up second chance points. It's demoralizing. After basically, I mean, you had to stop.
Batum with the steal. Fast break now for Charlotte. Here's Williams. No good on that one. Davis with some nice D. Trailblazers trail by 11. Good chance here for Turner. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And Lamb kicks to Howard. And Howard with the stuff.
You allow Howard to get in close, he's going to punch that ticket.
Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. And as the coaches go to the clipboard to outline their strategy during the timeout, the players getting a chance to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's key to staying fresh all the way to the final whistle.
And Kevin, it really is. And every one of these players knows it. They're all making sure to stay hydrated. It's impossible to play your A game if you're not getting enough to drink, especially towards the end of games when the physical toll of a long contest really starts to add up.
So a whole new group on the floor now for Charlotte. Here's the screen. Here's Napier. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. And it's Napier missing.
Now that's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing, those two things that he possessed.
Not only did he play superb D there, he snagged the rebound in the process. Fantastic effort.
And Aminu kicks to Connaughton. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. To the wing right side. Shot clock at 5. Here's Napier. Portland again missing. Charlotte leading by 13. And the pass to Monk. Outside Kid Gilchrist. Hernan Gomez kicks to Carter Williams.
Yeah, it's been an interesting journey for Michael Carter Williams. He goes from Rookie of the Year to getting traded, then traded again. Had a lot to live up to after that award, but the expectations might have been a bit unfair.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And he's been terrific, guys. I mean, the percentage right around 86%, so don't doubt he's pleased with that.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
That's good from Carter Williams.
Now, the former Rookie of the Year continues to improve. Carter Williams, he's a triple-double threat thanks to his size and his passing skills.
And he makes both free throws. Trailblazers trail by 15. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Well, you go back to Carter Williams in that award. He had good numbers, but not great efficiency in them.
Well, I think he's settling into his niche of being a serviceable, bigger point guard. He can run a team, and although he isn't dangerous, he isn't hurting you that much either. If he ever wants to make that jump, though, he's going to have to fix that jump shot.
And here are the Trailblazers now. After the miss from Malik Monk. Napier passes to Connaughton. They set the pick. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. Hornets leading by 12. Outside Kid Gilchrist. Back to Carter Williams. Puts it up from 15. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Collins has got 4 rebounds now tonight. That's tipped. It's stolen by Monk. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
And Damian Lillard said he's committed to finishing his career in Portland, title or not. He's invested in this franchise.
Team first, that helps all the players buy in. And new additions have to fall in line with the example he set. He said the culture won't change because he won't allow it to happen.
Shooting one.
And looking at this Charlotte roster, really the strength of it is their perimeter play. A good collection of dynamic playmakers and shooters from that point guard to small forward position. They are the bulk of this team's offensive threats.
Now, here's Aminu. He's got 5. Connaughton kicks to Collins. Just 4 to shoot. Some solid defense from Kid Gilchrist. Now, here's Monk. Not a lot of room. Now, Kaminsky. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Greg, the Hornets were strong outside, but weak inside. I guess they've addressed that weakness, going for Dwight Howard.
Yeah, they went out and got what they felt could be an anchor on that front line. And listen, he's going to provide that rim presence that they lacked a season ago. The question is, can he also give them some punch offensively?
This is what Carter Williams can give you defensively. Terrific length and timing.
And this gives us a moment now to show you the rookies with the highest shooting percentage over the past 10 games. In the 3rd spot, Malik Monk. Hernan Gomez passes to Kaminsky. Harkless with the steal. Here's Napier. Passes to Connaughton. Here's Collins. Out left to the wing. 6 on the shot clock. And it's Napier missing.
A frustrating start to this quarter for him.
Here's Monk. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. Monk's got 9.
And you can see how well Monk shoots when he's in rhythm. He's got the green light to let it fly. And if the defense lags off at all, he's going to make them pay.
It's stolen by Kaminsky. Lets it go with a 3. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. 12 points for Malik Monk.
After failing to be aggressive and look for a shot in the first half, you don't have to let him know this time. You don't have to remind him now. He is really taking his game over in the second.
Here's Napier. He has 5. Collins a screen on Carter Williams. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
The Trailblazers have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
He misses the free throw. No luck that time either.
Well, Kaminsky, one of the rare 4-year players taken in the...
Nasty. Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Oh, that's why you see them flexing a little bit. They're feeling good about how they've dominated.
Free throw drops for Monk.
And Monk is an interesting player, a combo guard with fantastic scoring potential, quick on both ends of the floor.
Here's Connaughton. He kicks to Napier. Trying to get back on track. Hits the three-point bomb. Aminu's got 8 points.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Carter Williams kicks to Monk. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
There's 37 seconds left here in the third quarter. 4 on the clock. That's tipped. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. Here's Napier. The shot off that time, and Charlotte will go the other way with it. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Portland.
Yeah, interconference matchup. Two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
And that makes it interesting. They don't know each other all that well, so we should see a lot of in-game adjustments.
It's stolen by Hernangomez. Wants to get it to Carter Williams and does. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. 7 points in the game.
Nice touch from mid-range. Carter Williams showing signs of improving his jumper.
Can't connect. And so it's the Charlotte Hornets finishing the quarter up by a whopping 24 points. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We come back right after this. Terry Stotts had some advice for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Defensively, we got to give a little more pressure to their shots, all right? Make them make the second, third, fourth play.
That's Terry Stotts drawing the line defensively. Doesn't want the first guy with the ball to beat him.
And that's where a total effort is needed. Get back quickly, match up, call out screens, really the complete package.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. The forwards are Kid Gilchrist and Kaminsky. Carter Williams is out there with Monk, and it's Hernangomez in at the 5 down low. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Charlotte has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. And plenty of contact on the shot, so 2 free throws coming up.
And the quickness that Kid Gilchrist possesses is remarkable. Just driving to the rack and earning these calls with his long arms.
And when you look at Kid Gilchrist, and he is certainly known for his ability to defend and attack the rim. He's a terrific athlete, and he uses that athleticism on both sides of the floor, and just the prototype when you look at that hybrid forward position.
The first one falls. And you look at the size and game of Kid Gilchrist. He is the opposite of what most GMs look for in that 3 spot. But Greg, he makes it work.
Yeah, I mean, most teams want a tall 3 that can stretch the floor. Kid Gilchrist isn't that, but still gets playing time because he's effective when on the floor. If you play defense like he does, you're going to find a way to get on the floor.
And Kid Gilchrist drops them both. Chris, traditionally, we've had the standard 1 through 5 spots on an NBA team, but it seems more and more GMs and coaches are going away from labeling a player to one of those spots, like positionless basketball. Are we going to see more of that? Is it going to work its way around to another level? How do you view that?
Well, I just think that the game is evolving, and I think right now you have to have a certain skill set to play, and that means you have to be able to dribble, pass, shoot, and defend. If you think about it, we had players that could just defend, couldn't dribble or throw a ball in the ocean. Well, that really can't work anymore, and you have to have players with the total skill set regardless of size. I do think, though, that you'll always have to have positions. I hated how we took the center out of the All-Star game. You never see in baseball, they say, it's okay, you don't have to have a center fielder. You could just put 2 left 5 fielders in there. You still have to identify a position, and for the tradition and the honor of the game, I say we do that. But we got some pretty big guys and some pretty great guys. So what would you call Dirk Nowitzki? Is he a 5? He's 7 feet tall. Is he a 4? Is he a 3? It doesn't matter. He just has game. What do you call Kevin Durant? A 7-foot flamethrower? I mean, he's a center, a power forward. I don't know what you call him, but I know that size or positions are no more defined by height. They used to be defined by height. 7 foot and up centers, 6'9" and up power forwards. Now you have 6'9" and up point guards. So I love the fact that the game's evolving, but I think the 5 best players are just going to play, but you're going to have every single size because right now skill set is all that matters.
No good on that one. It's interesting to see the impact of technology on the game, too. I heard LeBron James. A lot of players now review footage on a tablet when they check out their play.
Well, yeah, you know, back in the older days, a lot of us went to the locker room and you would go in the room and watch it on video. So it's the same type premise. It's just that, you know, technology is better today. I mean, every guy wants to do it. You want to know what you're doing well, what you're doing wrong. You're all a coach on the floor. You're the quarterback, and LeBron especially is the quarterback of his offense. So it doesn't surprise me before that he's studying tape.
Now here's McCollum from 12 feet out, and he nails the jumper.
McCollum is a sniper from the mid-range area on the floor. Always got to know where he is on the court.
Picked by Zeller. Stone dishes to Batum. Stolen by McCollum. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Napier. Drops in the tray.
After not having a 3 in the first half, he got a big boost right there by nailing that triple.
Here's Stone. And count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Both teams deciding to change it up. On the free throw, no good. And the game and the culture of basketball has so many subsets. One of those is the basketball shoe culture, the sneaker culture. Players competing almost as much, Chris, for style points as they are for actual points.
Oh, yeah, you know, and I love to say that I was part of that culture, you know, with the black socks and with some different shoes that I've had at the NBA. It's a lot of fun, man. It's something that your fans can relate to. It's something personal. It shows a personal side of what you have, your type of design. So, you know, you're very fortunate if you get your own kick deal, and I was fortunate. It's a lot of fun, and the fans love it.
And the first one at the line is good. And C.J. McCollum, one of those players who was a late bloomer. Chris, just over 5 feet tall as a high school freshman. Played his college career at mid-major Lehigh. It's in the Patriot League.
He had a great college career. He played all 4 seasons there. And, of course, the 10th pick in the 2013 draft. And this season, a 4-year, $100 million contract kicks in. Yeah, he's made it big time.
And so McCollum nails both of them.
One of the most skilled offensive players in the game. C.J. McCollum has all the moves you want.
And here's Walker. Screened by Howard. Here's Lamb. Got it. Good job in the low post.
Standing just over 6'5" with a 6'11" wingspan. Yeah, Lamb can be a difficult guard to defend when he sneaks inside.
And C.J. McCollum with a point guard's handle. He can attack with either hand.
He transitions cleanly into his pull-up jumper. With that quick high release, almost no time to recover.
Lillard misses.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's falling here since.
Nurkic with the block. They get it back. Batum for 3. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. 15 points for Nicholas Batum.
Well, Batum is a volume three-point shooter. If he has any space whatsoever, he's pulling up, most likely connected.
And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Lillard against Walker. He dishes it to Howard. And he lays it straight in. Howard's got 22 points.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Now a timeout called by Portland. Chris, we've seen video review get introduced into the NBA and tweaked as we go along, refining it, polishing it off. And at this point, would you like to see video review expanded even further? Or do you think it's in a good spot where it stands right now?
I think it's in a good spot right now. I'm sure if I had time to think about it, there are areas in which you want to go to. But if you really think about it, I mean, the game is supposed to be a spur of the moment. It's supposed to be just players free-flowing and playing. And you don't want to make the game slower by going to the officiating video every single time. Right now, I don't think you should do it on charges and blocks, which is probably one of the most controversial calls in the game. I think where we have it now is good because it gives a balance, and right now we do not need the game to lengthen in any way, if anything shorten, and I think adding anything more to refereeing and videos I think would just make the game last long.
Charlotte's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. 6 of 13. No good from Lamb.
Off target with what's a pretty good look from mid-range.
And a wide open look for McCollum, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 3 assists in the game. Now here's Lamb. Off the pick. Screened by Howard.
A smooth first step, good ball handling. Lamb toasts the defense on the drive.
Trailblazers have gone 3 of 8 here in the fourth quarter. McCollum passes to Nurkic. Out to the wing. Here's Lillard. And the layup's good off the glass. Lillard's got 22 points.
And I love the momentum he's building. Last game, he was just as dominant.
And defensively, you know he's feeling good right now. And as the opposing team, you better adjust your scheme accordingly.
Here's Lamb, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
He's been in control here tonight, helping them get in front with his work from the field.
The Trailblazers have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Lillard left side. Nurkic a screen on Walker. It's McCollum on the wing. Connects from three-point range. McCollum's got 9 points now in the quarter.
He is really deadly from the perimeter. Even though he didn't make one in the first quarter, you still have to keep an eye on him.
Walker with it. Kicks to Batum. On the wing, Lamb. Here's Howard. And Howard with the stuff.
And great effort on the boards, and what a mean that was, Kev. I mean, you just will not see him ever quit on a play.
That guy is a handful. You've got to have a body on him, Clark, at all times.
And how relentless is this guy? If you're the defense, he's the first one you're looking to block out there.
Here's Lamb after the made shot from Evan Turner. And Lamb kicks to Walker. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And Walker uses every inch of his 6'1" frame to nail the interior shots, really using his body well.
Lillard against Walker. McCollum with the screen for Lillard. And Nurkic gets it to go.
Oh, he took a terrific angle right there off the screen, something they work on every day in practice.
Now Lamb. Pass to Howard. Outside, Batum. Shot from 12. Rebound by the Trailblazers. At the conclusion of this game, they're off to Minnesota, where they'll take on the Timberwolves. That will conclude a 5-game road trip for them. The Hornets have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. Off target with his 3. Portland's gone 2 of 5 on 3-point shots since the end of the third quarter. The shot by Turner no good.
Well, that's the shot they're looking for. A clean three-pointer. Just can't get it to go.
Up top, Walker. Covered by Lillard. And Walker kicks to Lamb. On the wing, Williams. Turner with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Turner's got it. And Turner with the slam.
Look at Turner. He loves dunking it home. Nothing tricky. Just showing off his superb vertical.
And that replay presented by Under Armour, showing us the fantastic steal that led to that fast break finish. Another Unleash Chaos moment. Now, here's Howard. Feeds to Lamb. The NBA coaching ranks always looked at and scrutinized. Only 30 great jobs out there in the league, and yet they're on the firing line, it seems like, every season. Chris, what enables head coaches, in your opinion, to be successful? And has that changed over the years?
Well, I think what allows you to be successful, first of all, what is your acumen for the game? Can you communicate? Can you inspire players? Are you a humble guy? And, you know, I think those are the main things that you have to, you know, have as a coach. But look, players get traded all the time. Everybody's under pressure. So, you know, just got to do your best and keep it moving.
And here's Walker. Following the three-pointer by C.J. McCollum. Howard can't hit.
That defense is as good as a block. I mean, what looks to be a layup turns into nothing.
Turner, and good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Now here's Walker. Howard dishes to Walker. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Lillard. Charlotte getting another chance here. And it's Walker that time on the assist by Howard. Howard's got 3 assists in the game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Now the dish to Turner. Davis sets a screen. Nurkic a screen on Walker. Shoots off the screen, and that one comes up a bit short.
Not pretty. You've just got to shake off a miss like that.
You look back on the last 5 off seasons or so, Chris, and there are usually huge names that change teams. LeBron, Durant, the first names that come to mind. As you went through the free agency process, how much of an influence did your agent or any sponsorships play in your role in that decision in picking your new team?
Yeah, I think every relationship with the player and their agent is different. For me, I wanted to go back to the place that I felt that was loyal to me. I wanted to go back to Sacramento because there had never been a small market team. I felt a really small market team that won a championship. And I saw Karl Malone try for all of those years. I saw Stockton try for all those years. Reggie try for all those years. And so I really wanted to be one of the first to kind of bring that back to the city. So my agent, my shoe company, no one could have said anything to take me away from that. That was a personal mission that I want, and I knew what I was dealing with at that time. But I think for other guys it's different. Some guys, you know, want more commercials. They like to be in a bigger market. Some guys don't want that, and they're happy at staying under the radar like a Tim Duncan as long as he's winning. So I think for every guy is different, and I really believe that you have to make that decision for yourself and your family first, because if you do that, then the fans wherever you go will be much happier because you want to be there. You're not just buying time there.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for Monk, and Portland with a change here too. McCollum's checked in, and Lillard kicks to McCollum. Good, great play by Lillard to set it up, and that's now 19 points for C.J. McCollum. Hornets leading by 20. Left side Walker. Williams passes to Walker. 1:52 left in the fourth. And Lamb kicks to Williams. Clock at 6. From the wing. Bank shot. No good. Trailblazers trail by 20. Turner with it. And Batum picks him up defensively. The 3 from McCollum. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
You got to know McCollum has an itchy trigger finger. As soon as the ball comes to him, he's ready to pull it.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for the Hornets.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And so this will mark the 15th win of the year for them.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Howard.
Even when the entire defense was focused on stopping him, they couldn't slow him down. I mean, a terrific offensive player.
Walker against Lillard. Outside Turner. Now here's Nurkic. Defense right on him. Nurkic setting the pick for Lillard. Second shot opportunity, and it's sent back by Howard.
You got to be aware of Howard at all times, especially on defense, where he makes his living blocking shots.
And Walker kicks to Lamb. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Charlotte moving it around. Williams dishes to Walker. The kick out to Williams. He feeds it to Lamb. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. That's a two-pointer from Walker. Nice D from Lillard. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Michael, the key to this game for the team tonight?
It was just a team effort. You know, we moved the ball on defense. We were trying to help everybody out and be in the right spots all the time, and we were able to come up with the win.
Part of a rebuilding team here, Michael. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. See you later.